Hi there and welcome to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Can I just quickly say my team, the Lifestyle team, our team, remembered my birthday, which was just a couple of days ago. I've got birthday cards. Can you see this? At the side, it's over there. Can you see this? My birthday cards. I happen to turn 21 again. But they remembered it. So thank you for all of the best wishes. Also, others who have said to me, thank you, Pam, doing a great thing. Happy birthday. Many happy returns. Thank you ever so much for that. Every birthday, we have to be gracious and we have to say, you know, we are blessed to enjoy each and every birthday. So thank you, everybody. And I have to say thank you to Mr. Jordan. He knows who he is. Mr. Winston Jordan, also Solution, who shared my birthday as well. Many happy returns to you too. Let's get on with the show. Right. This is good because we're starting off on a good thing. So we're going to talk about this lady who was, her brain is like nothing on earth. Mathematical, any figures, any notions, she's on it. She's on it. Oh God, blessed belated, strong Pam, Huey Rose. Thank you, Huey. Thank you for that. And this lady was one of a complete small sense. Oh my gosh, I'm coming through now. I can't stop what I'm doing. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh gosh, thank you. Mary Jackson. Long time, Pam. All right, thank you, Huey. Mary Jackson, first black woman engineer at NASA, NASA. 16 years after her death, she's been honored now. Not only is she honored, she's got the plaque. So now the new training plaque at the NASA Center is called Mary Jackson. Look at that. That is on the left, you will see in the suit is her grandson and her son-in-law there in the blue. Look at that. Mary W. Jackson, NASA headquarters. Never said. Never said. We might have to wait for it, to be honest with you people. We might have to wait for it to be honored. We might have to wait for the recognition. When it comes good. But you know what? Some of us may still say, yeah, but why so long? Let's not sometimes dwell on that. Let's just say it happens. It has happened. Very well done. Belated birthday, Pam. Lillian Harper. I love you, Lillian. Thank you. Thank you for that. Right. Let's sort of move on now because we have to deal with an issue that's becoming very, very deep in our community. It is about our young people and their mental health. Yeah. So we know since last year, COVID has done a lot. We know that has impacted our young people. Yes, we know. But it is even worse. It's gone worse. It has become worse because of the stringent regulations, which we know we have to do. Stay home and do this and do that. Don't go to school. Don't go to college. Don't go to university. Don't meet up with your pals. Our young people are feeling it even more fiercer, I think, than our adult peer group. Me, you. All right? So we have to deal with that. And let's deal with our owner. And I will put this platform about our own. So let me introduce to you, actually, you know her, Dr. Juliana Onwumer, Dr. Samuel Oyukan, CAMS. I know you're CAMS psychologist, coming to us for the first time. Dr. Juliana is known to us. Dr. Juliana, thank you ever so much for joining us. You are known to us. We are still trying to wait for Dr. Sam to come in, but I'm going to deal with you first. How are you? I have to always say, how are you?
Thank you. Dr. Sam's come in. I can see him.
He has, but how are you, Dr. Juliana? Juliana, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very good, thanks very much, Pam. And Pam, I'm going to let you know you've got there. So it's Oh Mary. So next time I'm on, just think Oh were Mary.
Mary, oh Mary. I'm going to write it phonetically. As I say, I'm so sorry. You know, Juliana, you know me. You know me. You know I love you to bits. So I would never try to get you. Oh, You know, I don't mean that. Oh, Mary.
I know.
Oh, Mary. Or Mary. Look, I got it.
Yeah, let's go with
Oh,
that
Mary.
one.
And Juliana, I love you. You know that. Yeah. So now,
Right.
Dr. Samuel, or you can. Have I said that correctly?
Oh, yeah, Con.
Oh, yeah, Con. Oh, yeah, Con. Thank you. Oh, I must say it. Right. Thank you, Dr. Samuel, for joining us first time on the Lifestyle Show. Look, research has put it to us that the younger people are suffering even more. This so-called second lockdown has made it even worse. We're talking about self-harm. We're talking about kids who don't even come out of their room in their own household. Juliana, talk to me how worse this has become.
I think when people are talking about it being worse, and I think we've been exposed to that just in the media in terms of just the increasing numbers of people that are presenting themselves to services, and quite acutely, and maybe in terms of A&E. But I also think COVID and the pandemic, we've spoken about this before on your programme, has come also after a time when things also were quite difficult for young people, and particularly young ethnic and racially diverse groups who are suffering in so many different ways. And so if we just traditionally just think younger people right now, where there are concerns about schooling, there are concerns about job opportunities, there's concerns about the future, which we see in the adult population. But at the time, for younger people, maybe not necessarily having all those resources around. And one of the reasons I'm really interested in this is because, when you're at home for many families who might be, mums, dads, sisters, brothers, who are just watching that their young child or their young relative is really suffering and not knowing what to do. And I think that's an important bit that we should be focused on, in addition to ensuring that there is greater access to services, but actually how do we empower families to think about what they can do to support their young person.
Dr. Sam, come in here with me now. Young people who don't even want to talk to their family members, their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their brothers, and perhaps feeling as if they do that, it's going to go against what their parents say. Don't put your dirty laundry out. Keep it within. So they're closing their mouths, knowing that their parents don't like it to go out there. What can we even say to them and reach out to those ones?
Well, I think what we need to do is it's about increasing that discussion. It's about being a lot more open. Obviously coming from a Nigerian background, when I was younger, it's about not being, not accepting things like mental health, things like the word crazy. As soon as you say the word crazy, it's like, no, don't say that. We don't use that word. And so there's that stigma and taboo within our own families and our own cultures. And that's what we need to address first. We need to get comfortable as older people, as adults, in speaking about mental health, which is what I always encourage to all my patients, to their parents. We need to discuss it more, because children model themselves on adults. That's how they learn, So as they grow, they look around and say, what are my parents doing? What are the people around me doing? How are they responding to things? And that's what they use to model themselves on. So the more that we talk about it, it'll be easier for them. And so it's not necessarily about saying you're airing it, but it's not dirty laundry. It's just laundry. It's the same laundry that everyone has. And there's no shame in it.
There is no shame. We know this. That families do tend on that. We have organizations that have come out just this week alone that have said when children actually contact them, they saying that when they say, oh, why didn't you contact me sooner? And then they've said, well, my mum wouldn't like that. My dad wouldn't like that. And so they're almost emphasizing to the Black community, who has this taboo, also Asian community as well, have this taboo about not doing this. And this is what the problem is. So we're talking about these organizations saying to these young people who snuck out and called them, they've told them it's their family, their parents telling them this. So we have to emphasize it to the parents. I think that has to be a push.
I think that's right, but I also think, in defence of parents, even adults don't have the language. We know even when we're working with adults that they can, you know, particularly we just focus with even within the Black communities, which is not different to others, but you know, people can have experiences, and it can often take them the time to present in different ways because they might not trust where they're going, they might not even know what experiences they're having. So if that's what's happening in the family, then it's not too much of a surprise that trickles down. I just think, I have said this before and I'll say this again, I think platforms like yours are really important. They're really, really important, because even if it's just one person, I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's really important. Just one person that listens, who goes away and says, do you know what? They were talking about this on Pam's programme. It is okay. It's not dirty linen. It's not dirty laundry. And just even having those words, because I think when you're part of an ethnic minority or racial minority, a smaller group, where you've got a lot of other things that are impacting on you, concerns around your mental health, which we just see as standard, just feel like that's just one step too far to go. And I think we all have a responsibility about destigmatising it, but we also have a responsibility not to feel, I don't need you to feel even bad or even worse because you don't have the language, because it's around with lots of groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
Yeah, Sam, come in.
I agree with what Juliana's saying. I think it's about saying, you know, as adults, they might not have the language, you know, they might not understand how to speak about mental health. And so you're right, it isn't about saying, you know, you've done wrong by not being more open and being more vocal about it. But it's saying, we understand, but we want to change that, because actually it will make it easier for you. You know, if you are a younger adult, when that time comes for you to have children, if that's something that you desire, then it becomes a bit easier for you when you know what foundation you're built on. You know what you're basing how you might speak to your children or young people around you. And if you're a bit older or you already have children, then it's about changing the relationship that you have with them. You know, as parents, obviously my son is very young, but I know that as he gets older, there's going to come a time where a relationship is going to change to more of a friendship, more of a kinship, because I see him more as maybe an equal. And I think it's at that point where we're able to say, well, look, now we can talk about things a bit easier. And yes. I think it's about some parents thinking, well, I might not have instilled that in you from when you were young, but now that we're approaching that similar level, then we can start to increase that. We can talk a bit more, and we can use similar language.
Sam, I'm going to say even the 9-year-old, he's not on that level. The 9-year-old, the 8-year-old, he or she are not on that level, but they're feeling it. They've been locked down from school, locked down from their friends, and situations in the house may not be practical. We could even be talking about them witnessing and seeing domestic abuse, and that is even impacting on their mental health. So what I'm saying to you is, you know, when parents who don't want to shove it out there because then they're going to reveal what's happening with them, how do those young people deal with it?
It's about them reaching out and getting support from around them. You know, it's not always just their parents. It's about whatever support they have around them. If they are religious or any part of any kind of faith groups, then it's about using those kind of supports that they have around them. Schools are a great support for children, especially in that kind of maybe secondary school age, when they're starting to become a bit more independent, starting to know themselves a bit more, and maybe becoming aware of, like you're saying, Pam, of things that are maybe happening in the house that are quite negative influences. That's when, you know, there's a lot of support that's available in school counselling, some mental health teams that are becoming present within schools as well, that they can speak to, especially when it starts to affect them engaging in the world. You know, it's only a mental health disorder if it affects what you need to do. It affects your schooling, it affects your working, it affects how you engage in society. And so school, when things start to go wrong with children, sometimes that's the first sign. You know, grades are dropping, things that they were able to do before, they're not able to do. And so school are aware of that, and they're able to just put things in place and say, well, look, do you need a bit more support? Do you need to talk about things? And sometimes that's how things just get revealed. So it's about them just engaging with whatever is around them, whether that be school, family members, faith leaders, whatever it is.
Yeah. Juliana, you'd like to add to that?
Definitely. I would really agree with that. And I think it's really important you know, maybe because you might be a young person watching this today, let alone if you're a parent, it's really important that it's easy, I know it's easy to say, but it's not something that you need to be blamed for. It's not something that means you're weak. Rightfully, as you said, Pam, over the last year, we've seen them, you know, there's been a massive increase in some of those difficult aspects that are around in society, where, you know, we've seen high levels of domestic violence, people living in poverty, food poverty. All of those stresses they're not going to be, they haven't necessarily been shielded from young people. And, you know, as young people, you know, you see your parents struggling, you might not want to add to that because you think you're going to be adding to that by saying that you don't feel so good, you feel a bit, you know, you feel sad for whatever those reasons are. And I think, as you've just said, Samuel, about we do know it's hard. I know it's easy. I spend my job speaking, but I know it's not always easy to find those words. But just letting someone know, whoever that is, it might even be the neighbour, I don't know, but just letting someone know who might be in that position. And I think, obviously, you know, you can do that afterwards, Pam, about putting up some sort of helpful support numbers as well that people can use. But I think what's been really apparent over the last few months anyway, because everyone's had to go through COVID, but it hasn't affected everyone in the same way, is it's really challenged so many people. And it wasn't because, you know, families are bad or children are bad. It's just been a really hard time on the back of a hard time before that.
Yeah, indeed. Juliana, you just always speak the right words. You say the right words. Sam, you've been brilliant too. I just feel it for them. We can't reach out and hold them, all those that are suffering, but we know there are a tremendous amount that are suffering. And all we can do, as Juliana says, as you're saying, Sam, as well, so reach out to, not just to the children, but to the parents. I keep onusing, I can put it there with the parents. You must see that you must see it. You must look at them. They've had a hard time this last year. They've had a very hard time, and we must look at our children. We just got to. We really do. And I thank you too. I thank both of you for coming out and speaking to us. We're going to try and get at the back end, Juliana. We're going to get the back end of websites and contact numbers to make for these people. Thank you ever so much. Do what you're doing, that you're doing it great. But thank you ever so much. Sam, Juliana, bless you.
And back to you, Pam. I really like the way that you keep mental health on the agenda. It's really important.
Never said. Will do. Will do. Thank you.
See you.
Let's take a little short break.
Lifestyle Health, sponsored by Dalgety Teas.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Right, we're going to talk about something really great and grand. I'm just doing our shores here. Dyke and Dryden. Many of us women would know that name immediately. It's to do with your hair, it's to do with our beauty, it's to do with everything else. But 50-year celebration, I quickly have to put in a chap called Rudy Page that's going to talk to us about this plaque that's been erected in the very place that they started off. Rudy, are you with me?
Good evening, Pam. How are you?
Good evening to you. Hello, darling.
I'm good. You well?
I'm well. Oh my gosh, now we've got the recognition. Well, we always had the recognition within our community, but now it's been identified by how important was that to see that happen, Rudy?
That was really important because Dyke and Dryden actually began in 1965. And so that's a good 55, 56 years ago or longer.
Yep.
And I actually joined them 40 years ago.
Yes, you did. There's a picture of you. Can we get that up with the young Rudy?
With hair.
They landed in Atlanta.
Yes.
Can we get that picture up with the young Rudy right in the middle with your suitcase?
Okay.
She'll do that in a moment. But
yeah, it was really important because of the recognition and the socio-economic contribution that they made to our community and the wider British economy. Was so to get the black plaque, which hopefully we hope there will be a blue plaque in time to come. But this black plaque was really important because it's not a permanent plaque, but the recognition was excellent. It was good to get.
Olivia Harbour says, "Oh my gosh, I remember it from Ridley Road."
Yes, Ridley Road, Hackney. Mr. Dryden used to be there. And in fact, Mr. Dryden was a very key person in ensuring that the market stayed open because they were always, going back all those years ago, always trying to close Ridley Road Market. So Dyke and Dryden was strong in the boroughs of Haringey and Hackney. But
Rudy, and as your position, when you started with them, you were going out and you were selling the products.
Yes, so when
How easy or hard was it at that time? How easy or hard was it to sell black products?
Right, it was easy in one sense because the demand was there, but it was challenging on the other sense because you're now talking about the early 80s, and if you think of the early 80s in terms of, it was quite brutal times, hostile times for us, and particularly us as young people, because you're talking about, I was only about 21.
That's right.
I started visiting all the shops around London and around the country, but primarily London. So, but the demand was there because of fashion and style. The curly perm was just coming in. So, and then we had the strength of the American companies. And that's what really gave Dyke and Dryden the boost, because we had the strength of the American companies. And then in turn, we were then the largest provider of trade credit to black businesses in this country who were involved in the hair care industry.
Yes. When we talk about Dyke and we talk about Mr. Dyke, Mr. Dryden, and Mr. Wade, we never forget Mr. Wade. You know, funnily enough, everyone says Dyke and Dryden, they forget Mr. Wade. But wasn't it Mr. Wade's influence that actually rocketed them to do what we call, you know, real marketing?
Right. There's always a balance to be struck.
Okay.
It worked. The three of them had different skills, and all those skills were necessary.
Yes.
And as I said, you also have to put in the equation the American companies, the curly perms, and the change in lifestyle and the market demand. But on the day-to-day running of Dyke and Dryden, that was Mr. Wade, whereas Mr. Dyke and Mr. Dryden, it was their influence and their compassion for the community and just the respect that they had for being around for so long, and the humility because they brought Mr. Wade in as an equal partner and allowed him to run the business day to day. Yeah, absolutely. So today we recognize what a huge influence they have. We do recognize that even the generation and the generation after us as well recognize that. So it's a huge impact. And one would think that, you know, to be honest with you, let's be truthful, Rudy,
their name should be even more impacted.
Yeah, of course. And that's why we keep pushing, promoting, and so that one day that they will get the recognition that they deserve. So, but it's a long road, but you just keep going step by step.
Yeah.
Even to get the black plaque, that was at least something. And on West Green Road and in Haringey, you can't rule out the socioeconomic and how Caribbean people are viewed in this country for their contribution.
Yeah.
I just need to say Windrush and you'll know what I mean.
Yes, of course. And many people will know what you mean. So we keep it going. What about you, sir? What are you into now?
Right. You know, still a management consultant, as always, in community economic development, and director of Fresh FM. We've just finished Fresh FM, the Reggae Global and Culture Week, or month, I should say. And also I'm a co-founder with Derek Clement of 2 hair care brands, so Sheer Moist 9 for women and K77 for men, which is doing very well. And these products were formulated by Derek, and we've been collaborating for the last couple of years. We're still doing a lot of HairX related activities in terms of ensuring that consumers get the best advice, the maintenance advice they need, the expert information. And we're running events all the time, ongoing. So
Well,
you see behind me.
Properly in touch with us then, Rudy, because you know we've lost our communication thing here going on. So you need to keep with us here. You've talked about this chap who's doing this product. Let's get it going on. So we need you to keep on board with us.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll next time we should bring Derek Clement on, because he was the first protege of Splinters. So you remember Winston Isaac Splinters, Maddox Street,
Yeah, God rest his soul.
salon that trained thousands of young black youngsters in the hairdressers at the top level, and they did all the top people, Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, you name it, Splinters in Maddox Street. That was the home for hairdressing.
That was the home indeed.
At that very high level.
Several times, Maddox Street. We need to keep in touch with you. You're going to get us in touch with them. We're going to have them going on. We need inspirational people for our young people. They need to have a focus on what you can do. You don't have to be stuck in one box. You can do other things as well. We need that going on.
Multi skills is really important. And the key thing that you said about young people, which is still the work I do in North London. I've done a lot of work with the African Caribbean Cultural Centre in Haringey. And what we say is young people need somewhere to go. Young people need something to do. Young people need someone to show them how. And particularly now in what we call the COVID post-pandemic era. So we have to rethink and refocus how we approach our community economic well-being, and particularly around mental health and spiritual well-being, which as I came in, I heard you talking about that. That is a big issue in the community, and we've got a lot of work to do around that as well.
Rudy, you know you're 100% with me, and well done. We need you more on this platform. Leroy Combs, loving the conversation, doing it right. You know what? We will have our relationship back with you, Rudy. You're going to get us these people that need to talk to our younger people as well on a different level, business-wise, getting them, into something constructive.
Absolutely.
Rudy, thank you ever so much. And stay safe and bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, we're going to take a wee break now. We have to take a wee break, but we're going to come in with a little bit serious things as well. See you soon. Hey there, welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Right, I just say look, we're serious, but it's something that we've dealt with before. We are talking back again about the vaccination and why we have got so many resident people that won't take it. Pam, keep up the good work, says Leroy. Thank you, Leroy. We need to look into this even more. We need to look into it every single time that we can. A vaccination hesitation. This is what's going on in our community. We've got so many folk that can certainly tell us that they have their own reasons why they don't want to take it. They believe that there's something to do with the past, or there's not enough information, whatever. Anyway, here to join us, we have Dawn Butler, Labour MP, Brent. We have Yvonne Coghill, CBE, distinguished nurse, over 40 years experience. And we also have our, what we call our viewer guest, Joycelyn Phillips, that we should be joining us now. What we wanted to do, thank you ever so much. Dawn, Yvonne, thank you for joining us. Thank you. I know it's probably bugging you, Dawn, that we keep asking you to do. You've done it, you've helped us out before, and you keep doing it. We've seen you doing your little bit, asking people to just come on, stop it, and take the vaccination. But it is an ongoing thing, Dawn, and we need to still keep talking about it. Yvonne, you must know as well, within the community, there's an issue there. Yeah. So we still need to talk about this. So may I ask, I will say Dawn first, because Dawn, me and you are like that. We have to talk, Dawn. You're in my community too. You know, I'm Brent, you're Brent. What's going on?
I mean, you're right, Pam. We do have to keep talking about it because it's real. You know, coronavirus is a real virus. Some people still believe it isn't. You know, some people think it's a pandemic and the government has planned all of this. This government's definitely not smart enough to plan all of this. You know, it is a pandemic, and this vaccine, and so there's two things. There's anti-vaxxers, which are in the main not really the majority of people, not really the majority, especially Black people, are not anti-vaxxers. They're not anti-getting vaccinations, but they are hesitant in getting the coronavirus vaccine. And there's loads of different things, and you know, I'm sure you'll ask me some of the questions about why was it produced so quickly? How can they produce it so quickly? And I think that's a genuine question to be asked. You know, how comes it was manufactured so quickly? And that's because, you know, the coronavirus is not a new virus. You know, SARS and MERS were coronaviruses. So it's built on that technology is why it was developed so quickly. And everybody basically took all of the barriers out of the process and it went a lot smoother. But, you know, there's also a historic context where Black people have been experimented on in the past. And so I completely understand people, you know, being skeptical about it. You know, people saying, well, you know, I don't want to be at the front of the queue. Well, the thing is, we're no longer at the front of the queue. We're at the back of the queue, you know, really far back. And, you know, I really don't want to lose any more people in Brent. You know, we were losing... at one stage, we had 12 people a day dying. That went down to 4 people a day dying in Brent. That's a lot. A lot of people dying.
That's a lot. Brent was bad. We were hit bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Yeah.
And it's systemic, right? So, you know, the virus doesn't affect people differently because of the color of our skin. So, you know, the virus isn't saying, oh, look, there's a Black person, let me go and attack them more. But it's systemic in terms of poor housing, poor health outcomes. We know the areas that have, you know, a lower rate of wealth have poor health outcomes. We know that. And so this has just magnified all of that. And we have to understand that and say, look, we're going to save ourselves because the vaccine saves us. It saves you as an individual. It's your individual choice. And the vaccine protects and saves you. It's right that it doesn't stop you from not catching coronavirus, but it does mean, I mean, they're still investigating that, but it does mean if you catch it, it won't be extreme, so you're less likely to die from it.
Having the vaccine, and also, Dawn, to add to that, it's about the jobs that many of our community have bus drivers
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
front
Yeah.
line.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And as I say, nurses, I'm going to bring in Yvonne. I have to bring you in now. Right in the front line.
Mm.
Nurses,
And yeah, and absolutely everything that Dawn has said, I would totally agree with and reiterate. The fact is that, you know, people from Black, Asian, and minority ethnic backgrounds are at the front line. And as a nurse myself, and I've been a nurse for 43 years of my life, I know exactly what it's like to be at the front line. And we have 21% of our workforce in the NHS are from Black, Asian, and minority ethnic backgrounds. An interesting thing that you were saying about Brent, and I actually am a Harrow girl myself, so I'm quite close to the two of you, is that we have thousands of nurses and healthcare workers and social care people from Black, Asian, and minority ethnic backgrounds. So they are on the front line. And we knew from the first pandemic that we were being disproportionately affected. We have had hundreds of our staff die in the NHS, not 200, not 300, nearly 900. I've been told. Those figures have not been verified, so I can't say that they're absolute. But I've been told that that's what we've had, and many of them are from Black, Asian, and minority ethnic backgrounds, and that is because we're on the front line. That is because we do live in houses with, you know, a poor housing. That is because we are more likely, or even less likely, to be able to get the healthcare that we need and we want. We know that if you are a Black woman, for example, you're more likely to lose your times, 5 times more likely. If you're an Asian woman, 2 times more likely to lose your life. We know that you're more likely to be have all the illnesses, diabetes, coronary heart disease, and so on, more so than your white counterparts. Now, the interesting thing, and this is the thing that hasn't been spoken about very much, but we are going to have some evidence to show this, and they have evidence in America to show this already, that discrimination affects people physiologically, not just psychologically, physiologically. It weakens your immune system, and therefore you're more susceptible to illnesses and disease. And COVID is no different to that. And it hasn't been, you know, people aren't singing this from the rooftops, but the fact is that Black and Asian people and other ethnic minorities are more likely to pick up all sorts of illnesses, as well as COVID, and actually succumb to those illnesses, which is why the vaccine is so important, not just for our nursing and medical workforce, but for actually our communities and everybody in our communities as well.
It is important. The lady that was meant to come on, Joycelyn says such technical problems. She can't. Joycelyn has got diabetes and she suffers from asthma. Joycelyn wanted to ask you, Yvonne, I've got those two double whammy, and yet I don't trust the NHS, and yet I've got whammy of this. Talk to me, talk to her. What?
Do you know what, Jocelyn? Please think about this very, very carefully, because you have got what they call comorbidities. So you have the diabetes, you have the high blood pressure. That means that you're even more susceptible to COVID having a terrible outcome than, say, somebody who is from a Black background who hasn't had those comorbidities. If on top of that you're somebody who is a little bit with a little bit more weight, like my good self, and somebody who is older, then you're even more likely to actually succumb to the virus. So what I would say to you, they have checked and they have tested people with asthma, people with diabetes, people with heart disease, and they are saying to people the vaccine is safe for you. Now, as we go through this period where more and more people are taking the vaccine, so we've got nearly 20 million people who have taken the vaccine now, and we can see that people who took the vaccine back in the beginning of January, I took the vaccine myself at the beginning of January, and I'm still here. I'm going to be taking the vaccine again in about 3 weeks' time. So I would say to people who have got any kind of illnesses. Do ask the questions, do talk to people, but actually really consider taking the vaccine, honestly.
I've been working with the NHS for 20 years. Everything this lady is saying, which is about herself, is true. It is correct. And we know that because, of course,
See.
it was correct. And I love Dawn for what she's doing as well. Being the position you are in, you've got that platform to talk to people. And I know you're good, Dawn. And you obviously come over very well and you're calm and everything else. We I don't know, you, me, Yvonne, we need to show it. Yvonne just said she's taken her first one. We're not due till probably April. I think we're April, May, Dawn.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I'm going to get mine this week. Yeah, I know. And I will take it, you know. And I tell you what, though, the interesting thing, because I've done so many sort of online seminars, you know, people, and you hear all of the rumors, you know, they come thick and fast, right? Yeah. And some realities mixed with, you know, a skewed reality. And you do feel a little bit concerned. You think, oh my, so even I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to take the vaccine. But, you know, it really does affect people. And I think we need to stop as much as we can all of these people who, some people are just doing it for fun, you know, and it's really quite damaging because psychologically it's damaging. You know, we're all on lockdown. People, you know, are struggling as it is sometimes to get through the day. If all you're filled with conspiracy theories, it's going to affect your everyday life and what you do. And so I think we really need to be quite careful about that. Some people think they're really clever. They come out with these things and you think, but that's not true. But, you know, they think they're really clever.
There we go. You got Christine is saying, I've got hypertension, thyroid problems, arthritis, more or less forced to take the vaccine as I have to go into work. Throughout, I have to go into work. She has to take the vaccine. There's Lisa who's emailed in to say, I work with older people. I'm a care worker. I don't want to take the vaccine, but I might be forced to do it. What should I do?
You know what? Nobody's going to be forced to take the vaccine. So it is not mandatory. So people are going to be offered the vaccine. And, you know, what I've just heard about those two ladies who are working on the front line, for their safety, for their personal safety, they really need to go and do the homework around the vaccine. Ask as many people that you trust as you possibly can. I think that's the key thing. Sit down and talk, read, listen, and then make an informed decision and choice. Because if you're actually in those kinds of environments, you're more likely to pick up the virus than me sitting in my house and working on my laptop every day, just myself and my husband. So if you are in those kind of environments and you have those comorbidities, then really think hard about not taking the vaccine. Keep yourself safe.
Yeah. There's going around where people are actually weighing up between the Oxford AstraZeneca and the Pfizer from America. And people are weighing up, well, hold on a minute. We've been hearing that the Oxford one isn't that good, and it's the Pfizer. But yeah, the NHS is rolling out the AstraZeneca. What can we say about that to them?
Yeah, you know what? I've been in the midst of all of this, and there are 3 vaccines that people are talking about at the moment: Pfizer, Moderna, and the one that you've just talked about, the AstraZeneca one. And actually, they're all much of a muchness, to be fair. The Pfizer one sort of was the one that started off at the very, very beginning. That was the one that got sanctioned, as it were, to begin with. That was the one that came online first. And that was the one that you had to keep on ice and to make sure that it was in the fridge and all the rest of it. Whereas the AstraZeneca one, the Oxford one, as they call it, which has been developed here in this country, much more easy to get share around and put around the country and so on and so forth. And they're much of muchness. And I asked a virologist about this recently. I said, can you actually intermix these vaccines? Can you have one Pfizer, one AstraZeneca? And he said, absolutely, yes, you can, because they more or less do the same thing, because those are the kinds of questions that people are asking. So in terms of efficacy and protection, these vaccines do more or less the same thing. So, you know, people worry about, well, I want to take this one or I'd rather take that one. Really and truly, the good news is that both of the vaccines that we have here are actually doing a really, really good job. And we can see that because of the, you know, the people that have taken it already. We haven't heard any real horror stories. I mean, there are people who get sore arms and might get a headache and maybe feel a bit sick, have a bit of temperature, but we haven't had any real horror stories as yet. So,
but we got Corinne from Richardson. She says, I've got an allergic reaction to eggs, and I was told that I shouldn't be taking it.
No. No. Well, I've spoken to the virologist, and there is no eggs in it in the vaccines. It hasn't been made with eggs or egg yolk or albumin or anything like that. There's no alcohol in it, so that's for other things. There's no meat products in it either. So from that perspective, you know, if people are worried, please, you know, just ask a doctor, ask somebody you trust, ask your imam, ask your pastor, ask people who know what the issues are. And we have so much information out there for people now that they can actually learn and hear about what works and what will not work for them. But what won't work is them just hoping and praying that they don't get COVID. That's the bit, they need to be proactive about this.
Indeed. And Dawn, I think we've got to look at the wider decision. Christine Hope says, I took the decision to take the vaccine because of having to go into the office as I manage staff. I say, forced as I know, I could have offered a laptop and work from home.
Okay.
But we had no options. She didn't have an option, and she regarded it, and she had to take the vaccine, whatever. Sooner enough, it's going to go into the work. I think government may make it. They're talking about a passport, even to travel, Dawn. Yeah. So,
that already happens when you travel to some countries anyway. You have to take the vaccine, or you have to take, and so that already, that's already something that's already there in the system. I mean, the thing is that if you're working on the front line, not only are you more at risk, you're more at risk of having a heavier viral load, because you can get different coronaviruses because it mutates. So if you get 1, 2, 3, then you can mutate that virus. And you know, right at the very beginning, the doctor said to me, this is a really nasty virus. So if you've got something wrong with your heart, it will attack your heart. If it's your kidneys, it will attack your kidneys. If your lungs, it will attack your lungs. You know, it seeks out the weakness in your body. And it's a very wicked and nasty virus. And that's why the best thing we can do is to stop people from having systematic, coronavirus and end up in hospital.
And that spread around. Thank you. We have to say 2 of our production team have taken the virus. We've got the producer that's taken it, and we've got our tech lady that's taken it. Thumbs up to them all. I'll take mine when mine's coming. Don't worry about it. You're going to protect Brent, haven't I? You and I.
It will happen soon. Brent's doing an amazing job. The rollout's going really, really quick. So you'll probably get a text this week. Yeah,
we're going to do it. Thumbs up for Brent. Thumbs up for everybody. We need. We just seriously need everybody on this, and we need everybody to be positive about this, because there's nothing else. You want to go back to normality? How are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Right. It's like, Go on. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we have.
Yeah, you've got to protect yourself. You know, the vaccination is about protecting yourself. You know, you're protecting yourself by taking the vaccine. Nobody else. If you choose not to, you're saying, I'm not going to protect myself, which is fine. That is fair enough if that's what you choose to do. But, you know, you're choosing not to protect yourself.
Right. And others. Because, you know, if you get it and then you're not vaccinated, it could potentially harm others and family members. You know, it's really important that people think through why they're not taking it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've got to help our older generation as well. So, you know, lots of the younger people who are then saying to their parents, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. Listen, when you've got a family member that dies and you can't go to the funeral, that is no joke.
So, unimaginable. That's the worst thing. We don't want that. Dawn, thank you ever so much. Dawn, Labour MP, Brent, thank you ever so much. Yvonne Coghill, CBE. You are doing a great thing. Race and Health Observatory. You're the head of that. I need you.
No, I'm not the head of it. I'm a race advisor there. I'm not the head of it.
Yvonne, before you
be the head of it.
swing details so that I can do it at the end to let them know what else you're involved with, because you're involved in a lot of things here that I can see there. And we couldn't even get into that. We will have you more. And Dawn, you know I'll always have you. And we're going to run it.
It's a pleasure. Keep up the good work, Pam.
Yes, take care.
And
God
Yvonne.
bless.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Take
Dawn.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you soon. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Next break. Let's go. Hi there, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. Thank you for joining us. We admire all of you. I've got to read this. Yvonne Pibri says, can I see that up again? Because it's just so long. Besides having the vaccine, there needs to be education on eating healthy to strengthen our immune system, exercising, etc., because the vaccine is not 100%. Yes, it is there to help to reduce the chances of getting the virus because it cannot prevent 100%. So we shouldn't be made to believe it's the only way to protect against the virus. Eating the right foods, having a strong immune system, etc. helps. But I don't see NHS or the government providing information about this side, and this probably what needs to happen. You need to know it's not just about the vaccine. You still need to be promoted to eat healthily, do your exercises, do everything else as well. It's not just about having that vaccine and feeling that you're safe. Do everything else. Thank you ever so much for sending that to us. And if you've got more things to say, please come on board and say it too. We missed our lady who was going to come in. She wrote and she said what she had to say. And we'll invite any one of you that want to, you know, if we do, we probably will do this again. Want to come on into the show, please feel free. Just say, Pam, get me in. I'll get you in. No problem. Everyone has to go through me. I'll get you in. All right. Now we go. Spotlight. Norman Basigu.
This evening. What's up, Pam? How's it going this evening?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You know, the sun was out yesterday. It felt like summer. Like, you know, you're in the UK when you're excited over 10-degree weather with blue skies. Like, it's crazy how 10 degrees in this country can make you feel like you're in the Bahamas or something. It's crazy. But
listen, I saw people in shorts.
we all needed it. We all needed
short. And I saw people walking without any slippers on the road.
Oh, I saw vests, shorts. I saw it all. I thought, wow.
Anyway, I leave up to you. Spotlight. Go
all
ahead.
right, lovely. See you later, Pam. See you later, Pam. And with that being said, ladies and gents, welcome to this installment of Spotlight, where I, as the international news correspondent, will be covering the latest in African and Caribbean current affairs. My name is Norman Basigu, and we're very happy to have you here this evening. Now, in today's segment, I've got something very special lined up for you. Yes, I'll be conducting an interview with Christina Carmel, a writer, as well as a radio and television presenter who has worked and interviewed with many high-profile individuals such as Adequan Gold, DJ Cuppy, Afro B, Alakai Harley, Techno, Kofi Jamar, and many, many more. Before I go any further, is she there? Christina, the woman of the hour, is she there? Can you see me and can you hear me? Perfect.
Hi.
Christina, how's it going? You look like $1 million. How's it going this evening, Christina?
I am good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
You know what? The vibes are all great because the weather was so good even today. So the thing is with me, when the weather's good, you can't catch me in a bad mood. So you see me all dolled up in my room, you know, honestly. But you look like $1 million. So we're happy to have you here this evening.
Thank you so much.
No, honestly, the pleasure's all ours. And we're gonna have a really exciting conversation tonight. And we're going to have a very thorough conversation about the evolution and growing global prominence of music coming from the African continent. Christina is Ghanaian, and you know, this is a topic very important to both of us. So we're going to talk about Afrobeat, where things are going, and the cultural impact of festivals such as Afro Nation. So to begin with, my first question, Christina, very briefly, how did you find your way into the entertainment industry, so television and media, and what drew you to the subgenre of African music and artistry?
I think for me, it was very important for me to do it because I, obviously, as you said, I'm Ghanaian, and I feel like I wanted to push our music and our culture forward. It was so important to me, and I feel like we needed more channels and we needed more avenues, and so that is what I took upon myself to do. And I just did that through networking, just really networking, building those relationships, opening doors, pushing myself through, and then just pushing other people through. And I feel like that is so important, and it's something that we need to do more as a community, as a society. It's just so important. So yeah, networking, I think, is so important.
100%, Christina. And I'm so happy you said networking. I think the illusion of social media is like, if you have X followers, if you have a certain social media presence, then that's the game done. But it's like, there's a whole world, there's a whole network, and it's a very intricate tight-knit network, and it's so difficult to penetrate, and it takes years and time and the right connections. And again, you know, as we said, like there's very little space for us, and things are improving, but it's a case of when one of us gets in, we have to, what we're doing right now, for example, using each other's platforms and information networks to really spread the good word and to open more doors. And that's how this is really going to change. So thank you for saying that and being so honest about that. But now to my second question, I'd love to touch on the state of play on where African or contemporary African music is at the moment and where you think it's going. Now, I went Afro Nation Portugal last year. I'm not sure, did you go last year to Afro Nation?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there? Okay, cool. So everyone I've spoken to about this agrees it was incredible. And the way I describe it to people was, it was the closest thing to being in Africa without being in Africa. And that sounds extreme, but being in the Western world, it was the idea of, you know, all the billboards being black, the media being black, the artists, the food, the energy, everything about it was just the culture amplified. And when you have a beach and good weather, like the vibrations were perfect there. So I say that for a reason. Now, in the early 2010s, the phrase Tina, so this is New Africa, was the ethos that was championed by pioneers in the Afrobeat genre, such as D'banj. And this reflected a movement taking place in terms of, you know, Africa to the world, basically, and what New Africa stands for. And so I truly thought Afro Nation was an embodiment of that. So my question to you is, what does New Africa mean, and how important are festivals such as Afro Nation for the realization of New Africa, be it financially, socially, or culturally?
I feel like New Africa is exactly what Afro Nation was all about. It's about building Africa financially, economically, and pushing us forward. I feel like it's about bringing us together as a collective, bringing our ideas to the table, and rebuilding Africa how we have always known it. I think the Western world has always had this ideology that, you know, with Africa comes suffering, comes poverty. But we knew beauty in Africa, but we just allowed them to show us what they wanted to show us about our Africa. So I think New Africa is all about taking our narrative and showing them what we have always known. That is just as simple as is what we've always known, what is in our spirit, what is in our hearts. We know the beauty of Africa through the people, through the food, through the culture. You know, we know that there is wealth in Africa. So I feel like it's just New Africa is about showing the Western world in particular, but just every other part of the world also, that this is the beauty that we have always known, and this is the beauty we want you to see. So this is the importance of Afro Nation, because that is what Afro Nation essentially did. It showed them that, look, You can have festivals everywhere else, but look at what we are able to do and pull together with the resources you think that we don't have. You know, and it was pulled off successfully and seamlessly. And so I think that is what New Africa is all about. And that is why it's important not only to do Afro Nations, but many other festivals like that. And people are coming forward, people are putting their ideas together, generations are pulling their resources together and making things happen, because that is how we implement and import wealth into Africa, and we build it up and we set our own narratives. And so I think that is just the key element of it. New Africa, new generation, new wealth, new economy, new everything. You know, you'll go to places like Ghana now, and you can't even tell the difference. You don't even know where you are anymore. That's the Africa we've always known. But we've allowed them to spin this narrative that we live in trees and, you know, we eat off the floor and it's all just dirty and we're all crying. We're not all like that. We're trying to change that narrative. So I think that's just what New Africa is all about. And that is why it's so important to have things like Afro Nation, and that making sure that when we do things like Afro Nation, it is successful. And it was. So
I'm just going to unmute myself. There we are. I'm so happy you said all of that, because, and, you know, I think music is such a power. They say language, music is one of the universal languages that everybody understands. And I've seen it even with friends who are, you know, of a different demographic, so they aren't African or Caribbean. They want to understand more about the continent now through the music that's coming out, through the music that's on the airwaves. You know, we spoke on the phone the other day about, you know, how the Afrobeats chart in the UK, how, you know, as a result of Afro Nation, you know, African music here is charting. So now African artists are finally able to really solidify their artistry on a financial level, on a professional level, and their sound is really traveling properly throughout the world and beyond. And I think that's what the power of music is. So I'm really happy you said all of that. And, you know, touching on that point of what Africa is presented to be. I'm from Uganda, and, you know, Uganda's always on comic relief. Just that idea of that one hospital and that one child.
We're all crying,
No one is denying that that's the reality, but there's poverty everywhere. And that's the issue is when that's all you see of a particular country. I mean, I've been going to Uganda since I was a child, so I knew, I saw that, I thought that's unfortunate, but that's not all that Uganda is. You know,
story,
there are whole cities, there are whole thriving communities doing incredible things, and that's what pains me. That's why I'm so happy we're able to have this dialogue and to really, again, spread what it is almost at this point for me, gospel, saying that, look, like Africa is so much more. It's an incredible, beautiful place. Yes, it has its issues, but everywhere has its issues. But it's developing in a way that nobody can understand, and it's so exciting. And we could talk for hours on that, about that, but I'm going to move on to the last question. Christina, do you have any advice for those looking to get into TV or radio, particularly in this COVID climate? And also, what would you say is important to know? I know you touched on networking, but is there anything else you think is important to know about how to navigate this landscape, especially in this COVID climate that we find ourselves in?
I think, like I said, yeah, networking is important, but it's about moving with purpose. People forget how important moving with purpose really, really is. Because when you move with intentions, you know exactly what you're doing when you enter a facility, i.e. be it like television. If you get into a television facility or you get into a network, you need to know exactly what you're there for, who you need to speak to, and what needs to get done. So I think moving with intention and purpose is so important. Planning, having strategies, like having a strategy is so important, just in case things fall through, you have something else to fall back on. And I think essentially when it comes to radio and when it comes to television, I think you just have to have the confidence, be sure of yourself, be clear. You have to be very clear. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. The amount of people that will try and tell you otherwise, know what you bring to the table and how you intend to bring it. And I think with especially with television, it's so like, it can get a bit like crabs in a bucket type. Everybody's trying to compete. So you have to be unique. You have to bring something so unique to the table. And I feel like once you do that, once you're unique, you have confidence and you move with purpose and intention, I tell you, you'll go so far, because that is essentially what the media space is all about. There are so many people, so it's like, why you? Why should we choose you? What makes you so different from the next person who's trying to get into the game? You know, so I think uniqueness, moving with intentions and purpose and confidence, that is the free gems that you need. That is the free gems, not even to just do media, but to just do anything, I think. Yeah.
You know what? I couldn't agree more. And you know, me and you, we've been in this space for a while in different forms. We've dabbled in modeling, we've dabbled with TV, radio. Like this takes time, and I think to build on what you're saying, time is one of the biggest factors as well. Like this doesn't come overnight, but I think the era that we're in, this social media era, especially with this thing of seeing people or things blow up overnight almost, the whole process seems reduced to all sorts of, if I do one great thing, then I'm here to stay. But often, the way I see it, if you blow in, then you blow out. So you don't really stick around for long. So you're so right in all that you said about uniqueness, about purpose, about knowing what you want and knowing what to do, like you said, with anything in life. And so, honestly, we could speak for hours on this, but we don't have to see the rest of the show. But Christina, I'll definitely get in touch with you very soon. But above all, thank you very much for jumping on this platform here this evening, spreading the word, the gospel, and again, just sharing the energy that we have here at Ben as well, and just being so passionate and honest about your journey and your perspective on these important topics. And until we touch base next time, I hope everyone has enjoyed this segment of Spotlight. And until next week, have a great week and stay blessed.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Entertainment Corner. Apologies, I wasn't here at the top of the show. Technical issues like you will never believe. But the show continues. It is time for Entertainment Corner, and there's only one way to start the chart show. He's not here with us this week, but I will represent for you, Stevie. Wow, wow, wow. Let's kick it off with the Stevie J UK Top 10 Chart Show. Enjoy. Oh, Stevie, you are here.
I am.
3 times he turns up.
How you doing, man?
I'm all good. I'm all good. How are you?
I've been having a great day. Put it that way. Having a great day, and it's nice to be here with you guys as we are week in, week out, week in, week out. Most important thing, how are you, Anthony?
Do you know what? Just like yourself, we turn up just in time. I've had the most challenging of internet issues, but I still knew what time I needed to be back, and here I am. So I'm good, and I'm very happy to see you. It didn't feel right to intro the chart show without you. So just as I said it and I saw your face turn up, I felt all good. So Stevie, over to you, sir. Do your magic. Let's hear it.
Okay, how we doing? A fantastic week. I'll tell you something, when you have a chart show that grows week in, week out, and gets better, that proves to us all that the public are loving it. They're loving what they are doing. Think about it. Your purchases, your votes, you're keeping artists going up the chart, down the chart, and leaving the chart. It's as simple as that. But the most important thing is your collection is getting better and better and better. I want to thank everybody for their consistent support week in, week out. But you know what we're here for? We're back. It's another week. It's time to introduce this week's top 10 on the Stevie J UK Chart Show. Let's go.
Coming in at number 10 this week, he goes by the name of Davy Hall. He had a number 2 already in the chart. Will this one make it? He's back with a track called Tickle Me.
Yeah. Tickle me once, girl, then tickle me twice, girl. Your sugar and spice, girl, and everything nice, girl. Love me forever, and I'll be true to you, girl. True to you, girl.
Going up to number 9 this week, I'll tell you something. I've been bubbling and rocking and bubbling. He goes by the name of Melody, and he has this track called Ready to Party.
Party, yeah. We get in the area, the whole of we on ya. Dance or get cock, promoter a laugh. My selector, all I pull up them one ya. It a kick up a boss in the club. I saw we want it in the party. Man and queen them, raise up on no hand. If you like what I want, know we there, we not go nowhere. Freaky sweaty morning up here. Weekend and so it started. Everybody ready.
Going down to number 8 this week. She had a fantastic time. She's been at number 1 with this supersonic track, and it's a lovely little roots effect called When You See, Here I Come.
Out the way. This is not a game, not here to play. When you see us, come move out the way. This is not a game, not here to play. No, the spirit's calling out to me from the bottom of the ocean sea. The spirits of our ancestors, we hear them cry. They're all beckoning to we must send the captive.
Down to number 7 this week, and she really had us rocking with this lovely little track, Can't Live Without You, Nana Genesis.
I love him, and I can't live without him. He's all that I've got. I miss him, and I want him so bad. It's hard to let go. Now I'm lost.
He wowed you when he got to number 1, as he goes down to number 6 this week. He goes by the name of Ray Carlos, and he's still wowing us with this beautiful track called Thinking Out Loud. Creeping up, I'm telling you something, he's got a message in the music. He goes by the name of Grantiasha, and he's still loving with healing.
You never known a love like this with waste, man. You're giving all your time, taking you places you never been before. Now it's filling up your head with lies. But with me, what you see is what you get, girl. Here I stand with my heart in my hand, girl. I stand before you with my feelings intact, yeah. I've got something for you.
Go up to number 4 this week. They go by the name of Arima, and they have a wicked lovely track called Meaning of Life.
What's the meaning of life without a love of my own? Without a love to call my own. If this is life.
There's a big fight going on in the top 3, and she goes up to number 3 this week. Goes by the name of Alex Watson, and I'll tell you something, a powerful little roots track, and it goes by the name of Judgment Day.
I pray for Mother Africa, the country of our birth. I pray for all the people who are lying in the dirt. I visualize a place
Creeping
and
up to
time.
number 2 this week. I'm telling you something, it makes you wanna boogie, boogie, boogie on down. He goes by the name of Bush T, and he's told you all to come join the party.
Oh, baby. Come, let's join the party. It's time to move your body. Your body, yes. So come, let's join the party. This party, yeah. Come to celebrate. So you just can't turn up late. But come on down. The night, yes, I'm rolled up to the club. Stepped up to the bar and there she's looking good. 20 years I've not seen or heard a word. Now that I've seen you, girl, you look familiar. You know tonight is celebration.
Wow, wow, wow. He's only gone and done it again. The public seems to love it. They've been purchasing, they've been voting. Second week at number 1. He goes by the name of Major Popular, and he's back in again, and he's still telling us all about Prettiest Girl.
I'm coming to get you. Knew I had to get you from the first time I met you. Upset you. No, I wouldn't disrespect you. I always be there to protect you. I'm coming to get you. Little girl, little girl. I want you in my life. I'm not gonna let you, no way, ever come out of my sight. To have you in my life, don't you know would be a pleasure. Ask me if I'm going to leave you, then I tell you never, forever, yo.
You and I will be for eternity.
To have you in my life, don't you know would be a blessing. You must be heaven sent, girl. That's what I'm guessing, expressing, yo.
That I really love you.
Girl, you should know
Nobody else will do.
So baby, come on. Me and you should be getting it on. Love how you move and I love how you go on. And you're the prettiest girl, oh yeah, I ever see from a bond. You're a natural beauty. Royalness, yes, my cutie cutie. And I'm available, so why don't you choose me? To treat you right day and night, oh girl, that would be my duty. Well, if you are the bass, don't you know I am the treble? Everything is cool and everything is comfortable, so say cool, girl.
I'm not worried, feel mine. I'll be loving you till the end of time.
If you is the lock, don't you know I am the key to open up your heart and to set your love free like a prisoner.
Number one in this world.
Fantastic, yeah, you're my favorite girl. So baby, come on, me and you should be getting it on. Love how you move
What can you say, Anthony? What can you say?
That's exactly what I was saying until I unmuted. You know what? Congratulations to the man himself. 2 weeks in a row. He definitely is a majorly popular guy. So let's not waste any time and bring him in one more time. Major Popular, how are you doing, sir?
Respect. Bless up Anthony, man. Stevie J, big up yourself, man, every time, man. Hope you're doing fine.
Good. So
Yeah,
how
I'm
did it
good,
feel?
I'm good.
How did it feel, Major Popular, 2 weeks in a row? What was the feeling like when you heard that news?
It feels good, man. I'm overwhelmed, man. Trust me, people have been voting and purchasing the tune. So big respect goes out to everybody involved, man. And also big up Lifestyle TV show, everybody behind the scene, editing and doing the video and everything for the tune. So big respect, man. Truly humbled by the blessings I'm getting now, man. Trust me.
No. That I must admit, as much as I'd like to take credit for that one, it is the wonder behind the buttons by the name of All Saint, and I'm sure she's really appreciates what you've done there. But honestly, we appreciate the good music, Major Popular. So it's a pleasure to be working together. Stevie, is there anything you'd like to add on this?
I just like to say, keep voting, keep purchasing. Everybody just keep up the good work. All the other artists and producers in the Stevie J Chart Show, just keep on doing your thing, and let's just keep pushing this reggae music, soul music, whatever, worldwide, man. Big up everybody once again, man. Enough respect from the UK repping Major Popular. You don't know.
Love that. Stevie,
Well,
anything
what
you'd
can
like
I say? Yeah, Anthony, what I'm going to say is 2 weeks at #1 for Mr. P. Well done. Absolutely, Major. It's a great achievement. You've had 5 #1s. You know what I mean? I think the public can't wait for your EP to come out. Major, is there any idea? Will it be by the end of this year? Do you think your EP will possibly be coming out, sir?
We're working on it now, man. We've got a couple of tracks put down, probably summer, July, August, because we've got some nice upbeat, up-tempo summer tracks. So hopefully by July, August, them times, yeah, man, it should be out.
When the restrictions are lifted, we'll be dancing to Major Popular in the streets. I like that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
I think it's a great thing having our UK now gone worldwide. You can see by the sales, the popularity. Big respect goes out to All Saints for the fantastic work she does behind the scenes, and also to Ben TV for taking this worldwide, because UK is now back on the map. And you know, the great thing is, June the 21st, they're saying that we can start to come back out. That means, Major, let's hope you'll be on the road doing some things with the Stevie J Chart Show when it comes to the road. Do you know what I mean, boy?
Definitely we're going to be on the road, man. We've been kept down too long now, so we're going to spread the vibes, man. Trust me. Fingers crossed.
That's the one. I'm loving that. So, no, honestly, Major Popular, thank you once again. Is there any socials, anything you want to put out there for people to follow your music?
Just go on all digital downloads to get the tune Prettiest Girl, produced by Elevation. Like I said, check my Facebook page, Major Popular. Then you got my other personal page, which is Pop Major. Instagram, it's Major Popular _MVP. Twitter, it's Major Popular. Everything you need is on them pages. Keep following me, and thanks for the support once again. Bless up, Anthony.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Major Popular. And Stevie, very quickly, sir, if anyone wants to vote for the tracks, how can they do that?
Very, very easy. If you like a track in the top 10, all you do is purchase it from one of the end of the downloading sites and text the artist name to 07463 112 038. It's as simple as that. That will keep them going up the chart, down the chart, or leaving the Stevie J Chart Show. One quick one, Anthony. We'll have to wait till Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to see if Major Popular is going to make it 3 weeks at #1 on StingDemRadio.com. Over to you, Anthony.
Thank you very much. He's got 2 hours. He may be getting the 3rd one. But Stevie, thank you very much, and we will catch you next week, sir. Okay, we'll catch you then. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Stevie J with the Stevie J UK Chart Show. Okay, last week we closed the show with I Want to Go Back to School. I had the honor of interviewing this wonderful young lady a couple of hours ago. So here we go. This is my interview with the one and only Nyla Janae. Enjoy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right now it's an absolute pleasure to introduce a young lady who I can say I know her granddad, I know her daddy, and she has got a song that's done way better than anything that they've all done. No disrespect to them, but it's a pleasure right now to bring in the one, the only, very talented, we played her music last week, Nyla Janae. Hey, Nyla, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Hey, good. How you doing, Richie?
Not too bad, mate. You good?
Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do recognize the face or you've heard the name, this is the Richie F of New Winner Roadshow, but he's the young lady here is the star today, Nyla Janae. Nyla, you've got a fantastic track that everybody has written back to me and said, I love this song. Back to School. How did you come up with the idea to write that?
So it was just one day, I was at my grand's and my dad said, I'll come and pick you up tomorrow, but I want you to write a little rhyme or a little song. So I didn't really do anything. All I had written was, I want to go back to school. So when my dad picked me up, he was like, did you write the song? And I said, I only wrote one line. So then we came home and then Mummy went to the shops and we thought that was the perfect time we could actually try and write a song, not just a line. So we wrote it and we thought we can make it into a song.
And it's an awesome song. So did Mummy help you with any of the words or was it all you?
No, it wasn't really Mummy, it was more Daddy and me.
Oh, Daddy was the one who helped you. Well done, Daddy. So okay. And then you put a music video together as well. How was that, shooting your music video?
It was really fun, but the only bad thing about it was that I kept having to do it over and over again just to get the video.
Okay. Did you help with the editing as well?
No.
You didn't. Okay, but you know what? I love it. You've put the music together. You sing it wonderfully, and it's something that all kids are feeling. Have you played it for your friends? Have they heard it?
I think most of my friends have seen it now because I was on the news before and they saw it.
Cool. And what have they said to you about it?
They were messaging my mum like, wow, we're really proud of you. She's a little star and stuff like that.
Cool. And you are a star. So tell us, is this what you want to do? Is this Nyla Janae's future? Do you want to be a singer in the future?
I do want to be a singer, but the thing is I also have I do modeling and I do acting and stuff like that.
Oh wow. That is absolutely amazing. So if you had to pick and they called you tomorrow, what would be the first thing you want to do? Would you want to do a song first or would you want to do a film first?
Well, I've already been in a film.
Excusez-moi. Tell me about this film.
It was, well, I was just like an imaginary little girl that someone was imagining about me called Bump, but it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Okay. Well, it looks like we have another interview because this sounds very interesting. And what is that going to be on YouTube as well, or is it going to go? Where is that going to be? Do you know?
Short movie, so
I think it went straight to the film festival.
Okay. Wow. So you're even hitting the film festivals. This is big stuff. Nyla. So if I was to ask you, who are some of your favorite singers? Who inspired you to want to become a singer?
Well, people like Ariana Grande or Beyonce or people like that, like Rihanna.
Wow, some great singers there, And in terms of acting, who's some of your favorite actors?
Well, I don't really know much actors. The only actors I know is the people I've worked with. So
okay,
people like Zawe Ashton, Tom Hiddleston, Gemma Arterton, people like that.
Wow, that's some big names. I really like that. I as I said to you before the camera went off, I definitely need your autograph once the lockdown's done because you are a big star. That is going to be some big stuff to look forward to. So with the singing, with the acting and the modeling, if anyone wants to follow Nyla Janae to hear more of your songs, how can they get in contact and follow your journey?
So on Instagram, Nyla Janae, or they can go to TikTok and watch my TikTok challenge that I put up, Nyla Janae.
Oh,
On my
wow.
YouTube account, Nyla Janae.
Okay. So tell me more about your TikTok challenges. What challenges do you put up there?
I haven't put up more than one. I've only put up one. And yesterday I went to my grand's house and my auntie said, well, you should make up a dance. So she taught me a little dance I could do. I think I may put that up as a dance to go with my song.
Cool. I love that. I love that. Well, Nyla, it's been an absolute pleasure. You've been absolutely fantastic. Right now, what I want you to do is tell the Lifestyle View show. Let me get that out. What I need you to do right now is tell the Lifestyle Show viewers all about your song and introduce your video for us, please.
My song's just about me really wanting to go back to school and me being bored in the house and just having to say hi over Zoom. And even though I really want to go to school, I can't go to school. And I don't really get to talk or play with my friends as much as I would at school.
Okay, cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nyla Janae's track, Back to School.
Mum, I'm bored. I don't like Zoom class anymore. I want to have real school. I want to really see my friends. I want to actually get to play with them. I don't want to just have to say hi to them over Zoom. I want to do real lessons with my friends sitting next to me. So I got a lot of time on my hands because school's been out. And with all this lockdown, I've been locked in the house. My mum keeps telling me not to shout. And my dad's going crazy because he can't go out. I've been asking him to start up a YouTube page, but my mum keeps telling me, oh, behave. So I asked my daddy, he says, ask your mum. I'm going back and forth, I'm not having fun. When I say what I say, you're gonna think I'm a fool. But I never thought I'd say it cause it don't sound cool. But I really can't wait to go back to school. Yeah, I really can't wait to go back to school. Yeah, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. And you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. When I ask for a guinea pig, mum says fine, but daddy always says no every time. I wanna see my friends, mommy said it's not safe. Well, at least let me have my own YouTube page. I've been bored in the house, I just wanna have fun. Daddy drinks Pepsi and won't give me none. I'm bored of being told off for acting a fool, but I really can't wait to go back to school. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. And you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. And you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I wanna go back to school. I said I wanna go back to school. I am sick and tired of lockdown. I'm going crazy. I just want to go to school and see my friends face to face, not on Zoom. I don't like Zoom. It was in the video.
He was in the video.
The ring light was in the video. He was trying to get angles when it didn't really work out right.
What, mate?
Let me in.
Honestly, love it. Honestly, well done, Nyla. And I like the professionalism that you saw the ring light. You know what you want. Natural star. But before we do, I'm going to ask you one last question, Nyla. But before that, Richie, Dad, how proud are you feeling at the moment, seeing what she's done and the feedback that's come through?
For me, like it's crazy because I know what she's like. This is just her being normal throughout the course of the day. Like she just runs around singing, dancing, TikToking. She thinks that she's already a YouTube vlogger in her head because she watches all of these YouTube vloggers and takes everybody's phone. And anybody who comes to the house, by the time they leave the house, they look at their phone and there's 100 videos of Nyla filming herself. Hey guys, sorry, didn't see you there, like pretending as if she's got 1 million fans that she's broadcasting to. So this is just her normal behavior, what she's like throughout the course of the day, and we just had an opportunity to put it on a platform. So it's really good, man.
Perfect. I love that. I love that. So Nyla, one last time, can you just give out all your social media so anyone can follow the journey?
My Instagram is @NylaJanae1. My TikTok is Nyla Janae, and my YouTube channel is called Nyla Janae.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nyla Janae, Richie F. Thank you guys so much. And as I said, Nyla, when that film is out, you need to come back on the show and tell us all about that as well. Okay. Thank you very much.
Take care, man.
Great. Thank you. Right, that was Nyla Janae, absolute star. Lillian, I totally agree. She will have 1 million fans very, very soon. Right, okay. Right now, I'm going to bring in another gentleman, someone who's benefited from the lockdown. You had to make it all happen. Mr. Benroy Springs, how are you doing, sir? You're muted, Benroy.
Yes. I'm good. Good evening, sir. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Boy, I'm fantastic, actually. I'm great.
I love it.
I'm great. So everything, I like your. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. No, what was you going to say? I'll leave it to you.
I just said I like your yard.
You spoke already. Anyway, I'll invite you around one day. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
The lockdown and how it's changed for you. Like throughout the show, we talked about vaccine hesitation. We talked, throughout lifestyle, we've been talking about it while this whole pandemic's been going on. You took the initiative to inspire people during that time. You're not a DJ. You're not, a musician by any means. You're just a man with his laptop and a mic, and you made it happen. Tell us about that journey and how it came about.
That journey is incredible. First of all, I'd like to say blessings to all the NHS workers out there, because they've done an amazing job out there. Do you know what I mean? So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you very, very much. My journey started, I'll tell you, in my dining room. I was bored. I was really, really bored. And I just said, you know what? Let me try this little thing on Facebook. That's when I started. And I started to bug my friends, give me a mixer, give me a mic, give me an amp, give me speakers. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And all of a sudden, it is fantastic. BS Blanche is off the hook. Off the hook now, believe me. It is fantastic. And I've got so many great people behind me. It's unbelievable. People at work, my friends, do you know what I mean? And they're just pushing me forward. And all I can do is just spread the love. And that's what I've been doing ever since. 10.5 months I've been doing this. 10.5 months.
I love it, though, that it started off as just something that you said was just meant to be local, something to just entertain the local masses, and it's spread throughout, that people are just being enlightened by it. It's just giving them something to look forward to in that time.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what
is it like to be like, it's not something that you plan to do, and you're getting such feedback behind it? What was that feeling like for you?
Embarrassing. I respect them DJs out there. Embarrassing, because people are bigging you up, and I'm only playing tunes, you know what I mean? And so I do dances. I like people having a nice time. That is just me, period, full stop. I just love people having a nice time, and I'm responsible for it. When I was young, when I was about 6 in primary school, my mum used to do a birthday party for me every year. And it was like my training. And I'll invite all my friends from school, and they loved it. Ice cream, jelly, cake, boys fighting in the sitting room. It was fantastic, and I've just taken it to another level now, and it's just benefited so much, so much. It's so blessed, you know what I mean? I might have a little cry now.
no. That's what you got to say.
Honestly, it's been emotional. I mean, I could be here all night and tell you the extraordinary things what's been happening to me, all on media. I do a morning show as well. I call myself Chat BS, but I'm under BS Promotions on Facebook, and I do morning shows for half an hour. I mean, I go to work. I've got the best job in the world. I go to work. I park my car in the car park, and I do a show on Facebook Live, just playing music, just getting everybody upbeat, showing everybody love, and it's just off the hook. It's just off the hook. I love everybody. I love everybody.
Hey, look at that. Another star in the making. So we're talking about you in the car on the mornings on the way to work. Let's have a look.
Good morning, guys. What's happening? Is that some toast and marmalade? That's how I feel this morning, man. Hey, listen, I'll be all right now. toast some marmalade in the morning. Oh Lord. Yeah, my world of love. Linda Smooth. Good morning, my darling. Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Hey, toast some marmalade in the morning. Yo, West Ham's gonna win the premiership.
My character, that's what I had to pull out there, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Hey, listen, you're amazing, man.
I love it. But no,
Oh
honestly,
my God!
Apart from like a West Ham victory being a gooner, I quite endorse that. And I'd rather go for like jam than marmalade. But no, honestly, Ben Roy, the movement is big. I love it. So what I'd like to ask you right now is, how can people follow the Ben Roy Spring movement? How can they follow the BS? What is BS Promotions? How can they follow it?
Well, as I said, Chat BS is for the people, by the people. I'm only here because of the people. Simple. There's nothing else than that. No, and that's how I started. I started off with big things. Like I done a Players Club. I was very involved with that, promoting that, stuff like that. I do Newham School reunions, the biggest school reunion party we had a couple of years ago. 1,000 people from East London got together, and I'm one of the youngest guys. I got people together. So if you want to follow me, you come on BS Ben Roy Spring, and I add you as a friend. BS, you can Google me. You can get me on Mixcloud. You can get me on YouTube. You can get me on Twitch. I've just started that. You know, my team behind me are doing tremendous work behind the scenes. You know, yeah, that's how you get me. You know, just Google me, and then you follow me from there. But the morning shows are a cracker. They're just a cracker. You know what I mean? They're just, and if anybody knows me, that's me for real. It's not an act. It's not no gimmick. It's just me. It's just me. I'm full of life. Even my wife tries to control me, and sometimes that's a hard thing. That's a hard.
You know what? Just 5 minutes with you, Ben Roy, and I know there's no controlling you. So.
Yeah, there's energy, bro. Hey, listen, there's energy. Even at work, they look at me at work and thinking, what is this guy on? Honestly, but you could tell if I'm sad. Listen, you could tell the story straight away. You know what I mean? Tell it straight. But you know, I'm full of energy. I just want to love, and I think because of this COVID, people are supposed to learn about love. Reinvent yourself. That's what you got to do. You got to reinvent yourself instead of us moaning and breaking the rules, going out. I don't go nowhere because I'm a sports coach in a school, in a primary school. And even the teachers have seen the effect of Chat BS Promotions. Nursery, I teach nursery all the way to year 6. Do you know what I mean? You know, and my influence on the kids is just so effective. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really nice. Really, really nice, honestly. It makes me feel like I'm somebody working in a primary school because kids are innocent. You know, kids are innocent. You know, if you smell, you smell if they tell you. If you're nice, that means you're nice. It's not like an adult. An adult is different. You know what I mean? They tell you something and it's something else. But you know what I mean? And that's what's brought the platform more for me working in school. I was delivering food parcels for kids. You know, I was doing Zoom classes in school. I ain't stopped working. Because all I do is give. Should I stop?
Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Honestly,
that's all I do. That's all I do, man.
What I'm going to do right now, because I've missed her and I haven't had a chance to talk to her normally at the top of the show.
Right.
Pam, our main host, would like to have a couple of words with you. So
I'm scared.
I'm joking.
I'm frightened. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm with Pam. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, bless you.
Hold on.
Oh, Ben Roy, bless you. Listen, Ben Roy, I've been listening. You are so into what we do and what we're all about. I love the fact that you take your own time out to do the work for your own people. Listening to you is an inspiration. You are great. Don't put it down.
Yeah. If I was in America, I would be better off, I think. I think they'll appreciate me a bit more. They appreciate me a bit more.
You know what? It will go here. It will go here. It's only 10 months. Trust me, Ben Roy. It won't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
You are right. Any one of us, Anthony, I can go to America. And in a minute, we'll be like that, won't we?
Yeah, I'll be
And-
your
and
supporter.
you know that. Yeah. But you know what, Benroy, let me say something to you. Can I see your eyes?
No.
Benroy, you know what?
That's
You
my
know what?
image. That's my image. That's my image.
You know what? I like your eyes. No, you weren't. Were you in the eyes with the in the car? Was you with the
He
glasses?
was.
No, glasses. Everything I do. If you used to come Players Club back in the day, people go, "How are you wearing glasses in the dark?" All my glasses are specially made. Specially.
I can't see your eyes.
All different ones, all different glasses. That's my
I think
image.
I'd like to see your eyes because you're so true. I just would really like to see your eyes.
I don't know, you know. You got to
Come, this is live. Come on.
Nah, I can't. I'll give myself away. Hey, here we go.
Let me see your eyes.
I look more handsome.
You look more handsome.
Yeah, I look more handsome.
You're dashing. And you know when you talk to people and when you want to try and move a message across, they need your eyes. I swear to you, even though we like to perform with I do it too. I wear shades as well, Ben. I do. But you know what? When you're giving out certain messages and it's important, they like to see your eyes that you really mean it.
Yeah,
And
I understand.
And look at you. Look at that. Everyone's
yes. Tap BS. All
You
day
do
long,
realise
all day
there's a
long.
load of crime being coming in because he's taking off the glasses. People are recognising the face.
Yeah. My boss might be looking. Shh.
No, but joking aside, no,
Yeah.
you got it. You've got it. Anyway.
that this individual is coming out to us in the community, and you are doing such a sterling job in this hard time, and I really do absolutely praise you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's why I wanted to come in. I said, get in. I want to
come to my show. I want you to come on my show, Chat BS. I'm on at 9 o'clock. Well, I'll be a bit late tonight. You love the music. I call it the Ladies Sunday. It's all about the ladies. Put your feet up, get some baby oil, massage your tootsies, and just relax. This is some soft soul. You know what I mean?
Send me that link. Put it on there. Send me that link. I'll come on tonight. Look at that. Rampack Sound said, Ben, we need your love, positivity everywhere. Keep it up, sir.
Yeah, love. No, it's called unconditional love. That's what I've learned about.
Your love.
Yeah, because that's the only way we go forward. Yeah, that's the only way we go forward. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I do. And I've created this little community. Yeah, that we're online 4 times a week. We play Lovers Rock 100. We don't play nothing else but Lovers on a Saturday. Yeah, Lovers. That is, Lovers Rock is a story. When you're listening to Lovers Rock, it's a story. You've got to listen to it.
And you can't go wrong with the Lovers Rock because
you cannot. No,
it's about niceness.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, my man left me. Oh, he's got another woman. I begged to him. Hey, listen, I love it. I'm a romantic sucker, as they say.
It's the emotion. It's the emotion. That's what you can give him.
Hey, listen, I'll take that. I got all goose pimples talking to you, my darling. Yeah. You give me goose pimples. Look. I go, oh my God. I can't believe I'm talking to you.
I got for my daughter. My birthday was just the other day, and she's just sent me. She gave me this, and it's like it just flashes, and it's love, and it's all about love. And you know what? You are so serious in this hard time. We're all dealing with it in different ways. About how we're dealing with our kids, how we're dealing with our relatives, how we're dealing with our friends in this dark times. And it's all about keeping it up. We must still keep up the spirit. And
but there's people fighting it for the most important thing out of this. How are you going to come out on the other side? Are you going to reinvent yourself, or are you just on a pause waiting to do the same old things that you've been doing before? You know what? People don't realize we've got a chance in life, to start all over again. You understand? All over again. And that is that's serious. To me, that is very serious. I reinvented myself. I didn't sit down around. At the moment, I'm probably going through a divorce because I've turned my dining room into a studio. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. So if anybody's got a room, I'll have it.
No, anyway, Simon's catching up on us. But once again, can you just tell people how they can get your details and how they can follow the shows?
Yeah, they can follow. They can get me on Facebook. My name is Benroy Spring. Just follow me. You know what I mean? On there, I'll accept you. I got to know a little bit about you. I got to see a few pictures. I could see. Yeah, I can't just accept anybody. You know what I mean? You can get me on Mixcloud. You can get me on Google. Okay. That's Ben Jinky. Okay. Mixcloud. You can get me on there. You know, just put my name down. You get me. No problem. No problem at all. Come and get entertained. Come and feel the love. You know what I mean? Because that's all I got for you. Love, 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 unconditional love, my brother.
Love
AJ,
right back to my brother. Love right back
AJ,
to my brother.
you're the
That's
man.
the one.
You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. AJ.
Yeah, we'll be linking up, Benroy, for sure. 100%. We'll be linking up because the energy can't stop right here. It cannot stop right here. Time's just against us. But no, I love it. Keep up the good work. Everyone follow the BS Promotions. And that is
That's
no
right.
BS. I'll say that.
That's
So no, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah. Got to my sponsors. Yeah. Love you, sponsors. Love you all, guys. Yeah.
Love you. Ladies and
very
gentlemen, Benroy Spring. Absolute pleasure to have him, and he will be back on the entertainment corner because we are loving that vibe. Right, we're keeping it quick and we're keeping it quick and fast right now. So I'm going to introduce a young lady who's been doing some fantastic works for the island of Guyana. Marissa, are you there?
Hi, hello.
Hey. Thank you for your patience. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. It's been, like the entertainment corner has really lifted the spirits for me today. So I hope it's done that for everyone else today. Marissa, tell us about your journey. How did you enter into the world of music?
So I started doing music from about the age of 14. I'm based in Camden. I grew up in Camden, and Camden is a really musical place. And I used to go to a community place called The Shed and make music with other producers, songwriters the same age. And I started writing music then. And then after the building, unfortunately, got closed down and houses were rebuilt. So from there, I moved to Brixton and started writing music there with other artists once again. And then I joined a reggae band called Raw Fire. And we were, we went on tour around London, performing in different venues and so forth. And from there on, after the band kind of died down, I'd say, I then started writing music for myself.
Fantastic. I love that. How did you find the experience of writing your own music? How easy was it for those influences to come along for you?
What was crazy is that I didn't actually realize. I think one day I was just at home bored and I thought, I'm going to write a song. And this is when I was about 14. And then I wrote it and I quickly sang it into my phone and sent it to my friend and was like, oh my God, I wrote a song and it's actually good. And he was like, oh, Marissa, you should start doing some recording or something. And it kind of went on from that, and feedback as well from different people. I realized actually I'm quite good at this. So now I went on to go and study songwriting. So I'm doing a master's in commercial songwriting and music production at Talyard, which is Europe's largest music hub. So it's really great.
I love that. Great stuff. Now talking about your music and the career that you've gone on to develop out there, you brought it to represent an island, Guyana. How did that come about to write the song for Guyana?
Yeah. So Guyana's actually a country. Sorry. A lot of people always say it's an island. So this is kind of the main reason why I wrote the song, was to kind of educate everyone about Guyana, because it's quite unknown. A lot of people I've met have never heard of it. It's in South America, but it's also a very Caribbean island, and I think that's because it's close to the Caribbean. And a second reason is because it's the only English-speaking country in the whole of South America. So yeah, I just wanted to write a song to represent my country and all the things that I love about it, introduce more tourism. So hopefully when you hear the song, it says all the describes all the beauties of Guyana. Like we have the largest single drop waterfall, which is called the Kaieteur Falls. And the Mount Roraima, all different things. Guyana also has a part of the Amazon, because a lot of people think it's just in Brazil, but it's actually in Guyana as well. And I just wanted to pay homage to my country, and
I love it. And apologies. I put my hands up. I made the mistake there. I made the autumn assumption. But no, calling me educated. This is what it's all about, edutainment. So I love that. And recently, if I'm not mistaken, there was a celebration to do with Guyana this week or last week. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So the song was released on the 13th? Yeah, on the Friday. And it was for Mashramani. No, the song was released on the 19th, sorry. And it's for Mashramani on the 23rd. So yeah, that's Guyanese Republic Day. And there's usually a big celebration, a carnival and everything in Guyana. But unfortunately, obviously, due to circumstances, we weren't able to do that this year. So there was a massive Zoom party instead, which was great fun. And yeah, all the Guyanese and all the other islands came together and to celebrate Mashramani. So
I love that. So do you know what? With all of that, I think we've talked about it. We've talked about your career, the representation for the country that is Guyana. So would you like to introduce your track for us, please?
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Marissa. This is my latest single, I Love Guyana, and I hope you enjoy it.
Oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. There's no way the grass is greener, there's no way the sunshine brighter. The land of many rivers, yes we have plenty water. Everywhere the people come, drinking El Dorado rum. The land of the Jaguar and it's running through the Amazon. We cooking by the hour, galpuri with a sour. No one is chef like we with the pepper pots and the MSMG. If you're black or Portuguese, Indian or Chinese, all the we is Guyanese, we must live in harmony. Guyana, land of my mother and my father, makes me also rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. Guyana, land of my sister and my brother, makes me also rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. We mango is sweeter, the home of the Demerara. We got the great Roraima forest with plenty acre. The girls are very pretty, the boys they love to wine. So you better come to GT whenever it's party time. Our country rich in oil, the land is full of gold. I rep it for Guyana until I gray and old. One day I bring my daughter, one day I bring my son. I show them in Guyana that all of we is one. Guyana, land of my mother and my father, makes me also rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. Guyana, land of my sister and my brother, makes me also rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. I really love this country, the soca and mosquito biting. All of we must stop the fighting. Show love, not war and hate, cause all of we know Guyana great. Guyana, land of my mother and my father, makes me oh so rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation. Guyana, land of my sister and my brother, makes me oh so rich in culture. One people, one nation, oh my, I love Guyana, a beautiful creation.
Love it, Marissa. Honestly, love it. And if you could see what I could see, you would see people moving like you would have no idea. Honestly, great track, wonderful voice. Honestly, I'm telling you, wonderful voice. Awesome. No, that's great stuff. And if anyone wants to hear more, purchase your music, follow your journey, how can they do that, Marissa?
So you can follow my Instagram. It's Marissa Music Official. And also my YouTube page is Marissa Music, so you'll be able to find me. If you just YouTube the song I Love Guyana by Marissa, I'll appear. You just like, subscribe, comment, that'd be lovely. And yeah, follow me and I'll follow you back.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, I mean, what a comment from Rampack Sound here. I Love Guyana is going to be the next soca anthem for this mainland nation. And Marissa's warm smile is representative of the sentiment this song brings. Splendid job, fam. I wish I could top that in terms of wording. That was just so beautiful, honestly. And it's so true. It's so true. So Marissa, keep it up, honestly, and do keep in contact. I know you're under some wonderful management, so it's great stuff. So I know you're keeping the links there. And no, honestly, thank you so much for your time, and we will catch up with you.
All right, take care. Thank you so much.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Marissa from the country of Guyana. Right, okay. Right now, we're going to keep it thick and fast, and here we go. It's the end of the month. There's only one lady for me to bring up. It's gospel explosion time. Annette B, how are you doing?
I am good, Anthony. I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Honestly, not that I've ever hated doing what I'm doing, but never has Entertainment Corner raised my spirits more than this week. Honestly, the atmosphere and energy has just been amazing. So I'm loving it today. I'm all over it today.
Bless you. That is good. It's nice when you can reap what you sow.
That is the one.
And you do an amazing job week after week, I must say.
Oh, thank you. But you know what? The end of the month always elevates the Entertainment Corner because we are blessed with Annette B. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you for coming back and joining us. So what have you been up to, Annette, in this month? What has Annette B been up to?
Well, you know about the GX Radio, you know, that was launched last month. It's going from strength to strength. We're getting more and more presenters on the show. Some awesome shows like Periscope with Pastor Peter. Sutcliffe, we've got The Real Show with Sai. We've got the GX Squad, me, Shani, and D-Shy. There's just so much happening. We've got more shows coming up. And we're starting another radio station, GX Gold. And that's going to be kicking off Saturday coming. I am telling you, we're just spreading the word of God through different genres, you know, through preaching, teaching, singing, music. You know, right now there's a Caribbean show on as we are on live all the way from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So.
Wow, I love it. I love it. And do you know what? Now that you just mentioned that, I was told to say it, but I was actually watching how great you are looking today, and the yellow, and Marissa's had it. It's also brightening, and you're talking about how it's over in, you know, there's a show coming over from the Caribbean at the moment. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. So tell us about the footage that you have for us today as well, Annette. What can we see?
On the radio, I had a new show called the Annette B Live Talk Show, and I've been meeting some amazing artists. So this week, I've got a 3-time Grammy nominee, Dietrich Haddon, and he is just absolutely phenomenal. He's a pastor as well in America, and he just shine. You talk about me shining. You wait till you see him, man.
I can't wait.
Going on.
Love it. Sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. Annette, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
So, without no further ado, I am introducing to you this amazing, amazing gospel artist. We sing his songs in church as worship leaders, and no other than the amazing Dietrich Haddon. Oh my God, it's welcoming. Hey.
Hello, Annette B. How are you? And everybody in the Gospel Explosion Radio, all of my friends in the UK.
Oh my.
Blessings.
Oh my word. So how are you?
You know what? I cannot complain. Every day is a gift from God, you know. And I'm here in California. The sun is shining. But on the other side of the country, it's snowing heavily. And there are a lot of people that are without power in Texas. I don't know if you guys heard about that. But there's a lot going on over here in America. But God has blessed me to be here in the sunshine in California. So, so all is well. I have no complaints. God is good to me.
Wow. And I must say, you look like the sun shining on you. I am telling you, it does. Hey, come on now. Come on. Oh my God.
Come on in.
You know, God is good. And, you know, no matter what goes on in our lives, God always sends the sunshine to shine on us. And you know what that is? My God, that is the light of God. That is God oozing out of us, because no weapon, come on now, formed against us shall prosper.
And the scripture says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. And I believe that the night season has to be over at some point, and joy has to break forth. And yeah, you talking my language now, Annette. You better come on, talk up in here.
Oh my gosh. So tell us a little bit about who Pastor Dietrich Haddon is.
Pastor Dietrich. I preached my first sermon when I was 10 years old. I was called to the ministry at 10. I heard the voice of God at 10 years old. I went and told my mother God spoke to me, told me to preach the gospel and sing the gospel. And a week later, she went and bought me a little robe and a little Bible, and she put me up to preach to a packed house. And so I've been preaching since I was 10. I was the minister of music of my church when I was 13 years old. I was gifted to sing early, you know. And I was responsible for 100 voices at our church. And that's the perks of being a PK, a preacher's kid. Y'all better listen to my son. He's gifted. He's your new minister of music.
Wow.
So born and raised in Detroit, you know, in the hood. Our church has always been in the ghettos of Detroit, Michigan. But God has been good to me. I started professionally in the music business when I was 16 years old. And my training grounds was the church, you know, learning how to minister to the people sitting in the pews on Sundays. So I would practice on them, on how I would perform and, you know, the songs that I chose. That was great training ground for me. And then, you know, light years later, here I am. I've been able to string together a 30-year career of gospel hits, gospel songs. I've been making hit songs since the 90s. Some of y'all have been following me. Some of your viewers have been following me for years. I know I have a whole lot of new supporters and, you know, from the TV shows, Preachers of LA and different things like that. But I started in the 90s, and God has blessed me to put together many records, maybe about 20-something records. And on each and every one of those records, I had at least one hit song, at least one. And so down through the years, God has been good to me.
Absolutely. I know one of the ones that we love singing at church, our worship team at church is He's Able. Oh my jeez. Man, when we throw that down, I am telling you, we know in spite of everything, our God is able. My word.
You know what, Annette? I was singing that song to myself for about 5 years before I recorded it.
Wow.
I would walk around singing, God is able to do just what he said he would do. I would tell my friends, listen to this. And they'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. That's some country song. We're not used to that. And when I knew it was special because I couldn't shake it out of my spirit.
Mm.
And when I had the opportunity to record it on a project I did called Together in Worship, featuring a lot of my friends on the album, and Darwin Hobbs led that particular song, He's Able. And the power of God hit so powerfully in the session, in the recording session, that we said, this has to be the first single.
Wow.
So we sent it out to radio, and the rest was history. I was Grammy nominated for that song, He's Able. That's one of the songs that I was Grammy nominated for. I love what the three Hebrew boys said when they were about to be thrown into the fire. They said, listen, we don't hesitate to tell you and what we believe, King Nebuchadnezzar, that if you throw us in this fire, if God does not deliver us out of this, he's still able. You want me to sing a little bit?
A little melody. Just
oh Lord.
Oh
Let
my
me see how, I don't know how sharp I am today.
Oh, come on now. So we're going to do two letters, two different ones. The first letter is if you can sing something with the letter G.
G. We just heard it. God is able to do just what he said he would do. He's gonna fulfill every promise you. Don't give up on God, 'cause he won't give up on you. He's able. There it is.
Whoa.
That was an easy one for me.
Oh, okay. Another letter. Yeah, you ready for this?
Remember, I said it on your show.
Yes.
Before it's glory to God. Before it's all said and done, the gospel will be the leading genre of all music. I have a brand new song that's dropping on Friday, on midnight, on Thursday night, on Friday morning. It's called Sick World, featuring Zaytoven and I. And you got to hear this song. You got to see this song. You got to download this song, because this song is for the world, not just for America, but for everybody in the UK and Africa, everybody. The song says it's a sick world and we can't stand to lose nobody else.
Come on now.
Annette, you know what I said? What if I had the opportunity to talk to all of the people there in the UK, in the US, and Africa, and Japan, the world? What if I had the opportunity to talk with black, white, rich, poor, believer, unbeliever? If I had the world's attention, I would tell people that we've lost a significant amount of people in a short amount of time, and something is wrong, that the world is grieving, and somebody got to do something about it. And I don't, we hear all these different messages in the news about what's going on with the pandemic. But what I know is I've been affected by it, and many people have been affected by this pandemic. Yeah. And it's a global attack against humanity. Mm-hmm. And I would tell people, I lost an aunt, my Aunt Celeste, to COVID. I lost one of my eldest brothers, Sean Hatton, to it. I just lost a member of my church, one member of my church, Cookie, to COVID. I was talking to Byron Cage, one of our fellow gospel artists, Byron Cage. He said he lost 11 of his family members to COVID. So that lets us know that we have to do something about it. And our strength is in us coming together and uniting and not being divided on the issue. And the numbers are kind of going down now, but we must continue to wear our mask, keep our hands clean, social distance, do the necessary things that we need to do to get this thing all the way out of the way so that we can go back to a normal life. And that's the purpose of this song, Sick World. I want them to play this song all over the UK. Play it over and over again. Play it over and over on your television show. And Annette, I'm trusting that you will get this message out, because it's not about having a hit song. It's about people hearing the message that will help them live through this pandemic.
God, praise God. Praise
God. It's an assignment. And so, listen, people, get it. Make sure you get it on Friday. I would love for you to play the song, Annette, on your show as soon as you get it.
I will. I've heard it, and it's absolutely amazing, and it's very thought-provoking. It's just making you conscious, conscious that this reality is actually real, and it is our reality. It's not history. It is our reality. What's happening now?
It's our right now.
Sure.
Thank you, Annette B. Y'all be blessed. Thank you. Until next time.
Bless the Lord.
Mom, I gotta go. I'll be back later.
Where's your mask?
I couldn't find it.
You know it's a sick world out there.
I promise I'll get one on the way.
Take care.
See you, Pop.
Yeah. Oh. We're living in a sick world. I know you heard me, and we can't stand alone, nobody else. I'm glad we got 2020 up out the way. I'm praying the future will bring us better days. And it ain't hard to say goodbye to yesterday, 'cause we lost too many soldiers along the way. We lost Chadwick, the king of Wakanda, Bobby and Gigi, ooh, we lost a Mamba. And we lost family, a child lost their mama. It feel like the whole world is going up yonder. But I know you're watching us from up there. Let your people know you still care. Send your love now to clear the air. Oh, please, Lord, clear the air. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you are well. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world, asking heaven for a little help. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody else. We can't stand it. We can't stand it. We can't stand it. We got kids killing each other in Chicago. Detroit just ain't the same no more. And it ain't getting better on the West Coast. Tell me why we're treating each other so cold. People would rather put faith in a vaccine than wearing a mask, keeping their hands clean. And this will all go down in history. The thousands have died 'cause we cannot agree. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you are well. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world, asking heaven for a little help. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody else. Everybody say amen. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Hallelujah, say living in a sick world, Lord. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world. Can't stand to lose nobody else. We can't stand it. Praying for those on the front line. Can't stand it. Oh, my. Can't stand it. People all over the world. Can't stand it. Bow your head. Can't stand it. Asking heaven for a little help. Can't stand to lose nobody.
Wow, some powerful stuff there. Powerful video, awesome voice. Really touching the story in the interview as well with all the people that he lost. But you know what? Maintain the spirit. I love all of that. Absolutely love all of that. Great
Amazing.
stuff. And yeah, apology, I've actually got one last guest here waiting and been waiting so patiently. So can we just get your details, please? And yeah, tell us everything about Gospel Explosion.
Yeah, so if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to Instagram at AnnetteB_official. You can get me via Facebook, Annette B, B-E-E. And I am telling you, you can contact me at AnnetteB.music at yahoo.com. Oh my gosh, it's all happening. But tune in next month. I'm going to have something special for you again. That was just Grammy nominee Dietrich Haddon, and I'm going to have somebody special for you next week. So go out and get his single, Sick World.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Great stuff, Annette. Keep it up. Great work. And I cannot wait to see what you're delivering for us next month. It's going to be great. Thank you so much.
God bless, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Annette. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Annette B with the Gospel Explosion. Do tune in next month. It's always a pleasure having Annette there. Right, okay. We've done South America. We've done America. Now it's time to hit JA, and we're going to talk to the man himself, Abijah. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, big respect.
Yes. Thank you for your patience, sir. I appreciate it. It's just such an honor to have you here, and I just really want to get into this in terms of the career. You've performed in the States, you've performed in Europe, you've performed with so many greats. How did Abijah's career into music begin?
Well, it's a long story, but I keep it short. First, I must say thank you for having me here. Back in the days, I always feel, encouraged and want to be a part of the music business because I'm from a family of music. My father plays in the Mystic Revelation. My sister got married to a celebrity, and it was just like that. My mom is related to a great legend, which I won't mention here, but the fact is, it encouraged me to want to do my own thing because the music was in my blood. I used to dress up like Michael Jackson as a child, trying to perform like him, and doing different stuff, in different church concerts and stuff like that. But in the year 2000, let me back up a little bit. I did enter the CME competition in 1999 and won that competition, and as a songwriter. Now, I didn't consider myself as a performer or a singer per se. I just wanted to write songs and produce and let other artists do it. And I sing one of my own songs, Revelation, Where's That Love, and a song called Fall to the Ground. And I entered it into the CME competition. CME is a Caribbean Music Expo, and won that over hundreds of thousands of people. And shortly after that, in the year 2000, 2001, the song Revelation went #1 on the chart locally in Jamaica and different parts of the world, Europe, the UK, the Americas, South America, Brazil, places like that, for over 6 weeks, going 3 months and more. And that was encouraging, and it just kind of just pulled me, that give me that energy to continue and to do what I'm doing. And it's something that, as a youth coming up, it was a dream for any youngster who wants to be a part of the business, so that's where it started, really, And I should add that I did went to Edna Manley School, learning the guitar and a couple other instruments, where just trying to further my vibes, the vibes to write songs, different chords and stuff like that. So yeah, and Jamaica is a wonderful place to be, to do reggae music, because there's so many energy, so many things happening around you that you can write about, and that was what is inspiring for me. Yeah,
I love that. I love that. We've actually got a comment that came in here. I believe correct me if I say this wrong. Colino Chippy saying she's here for your story, and hearing it so far, it's such an amazing story to be, to hear the influences and how you came up and the writing of your music, the fact that you can play chords. You talk about being in Jamaica and the inspiration that comes for that. You were actually the winner of the Jamaica, to be the face and voice of the Jamaica Tourist Board for their advert.
Right.
How did that feeling feel when that was announced as the victor for that, to be the chosen person?
That was very humbling. Very humbling. You know, you see, part of it is to be an entertainer or to be in the music business. It is important that you see yourself as a servant to serve, and with that inspiration, being selected as the winner of the not the winner, but to be the face of the JTB tourist commercial, was very humbling, because as a child coming up, I always see different commercial on television and so on, and I was like fascinated with it, and not knowing that one day the creator, the universe, would select me to be one of that face, and that was very nice. But I've had different experience, you know, in the media, you know, that have pushed me in that realm, that I feel very humbled and compelled to just serve as a musician. Like, even being, I never won a Grammy before, but I have been featured on Sly and Robbie winning Grammy album, with the song Heavy Load. I've been featured on different various collaboration with Tevin Campbell, R&B singer Tevin Campbell, that I helped produce that track with Above the Rest Entertainment from Boston, Massachusetts, and even to go as far as Japan, you know, speech at Japan. The Japanese producers have done so many things over there with different ones that we got global and diamond awards and stuff like that, which is very humbling. It's a humbling experience, you know. DJ Crush, to be mentioned, from Japan, and it was one of my first time traveling to Japan, and to just do that collaboration, and it was just an awesome experience, you know. Yeah.
You know, one of the things about reggae that I always hear, and it always fascinates me, but I love to hear it, is how strong of an influence reggae is in Japan. What was it like for you in Japan to see them receiving your music so far away from home?
It's huge. It's huge. Oh my God. You know, it's funny sometimes. I mean, I'm a Jamaican and I love my culture, and I know my people love their reggae music. But sometimes, you know, our own products can be more even appreciated overseas, because, you know, there was time when I was at the hotel in Tokyo, and when I look outside, there was thousands, a lot of fans who came out to just see me. I've never gotten that response here in Jamaica. I mean, I would walk on the road and nobody cares. But that's okay. And I even see that in Hawaii, when I went to Honolulu and Big Island, fans came out to the airport, and I've never experienced that in my own country. Now I get it. I mean, we are the birthplace of reggae music, and, you know, other people will adapt to it and even love it and take it even further. And that's what music is about. That's the magic of music. It's never about keeping it to yourself. It's about sharing. It's about it's a oneness. Reggae music is bigger than Jamaica. Reggae music is bigger than the world. It's for the universe. Music and all. And so, with that being said, I mean, you know, in Japan, it's huge. I mean, I was shocked to even find that I hear Japanese. They speak their own language, but there was one and two guys who came up to me and they were speaking fluent patois. Like, yeah, man, wagwan, my brethren, blow, Jano Star. And then I said to them, say, brethren, you never come to Jamaica yet? And them said, no, I never come to Jamaica yet. Never travel to Jamaica yet. I said, where? I said, so you learn it, sir. But by listening to a lot of tapes over the years, I worked for 80s tapes with Super Cat, Yellow Man, Shabarang San, different dancers, something that come up in the work, in the music. And after a while, they just adapt. They just take it like that. And you have Japanese DJ who DJ fluently, like when I say DJ, I mean not this jack, but like, you know, blah 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 blah, and you would think it's a Jamaican doing it. So the world is big, but we are one people. We are one people. Different
Indeed.
complexion, different color of skin, different culture, different political and religious views, but we are one people because the Creator is one. This is why it comes across that way, that it's adaptable to the world to see. You know. Yes, I. Yeah, man.
100%. I love it. And also, you had, was it 6 weeks at #1 in France as well?
Yes, and that took me to, you know, on the European tour that I did. France, I did Germany Summer Jam Festival, Rotterdam Festival, Holland, you know, Amsterdam, Spain, Barcelona. Those places I get the opportunity to actually travel and see, you know, which was one of my dreams as an artist. You know, it hasn't been easy. The music has changed, the world has changed, as you can see with the coronavirus. Not much tour going on, not much stuff. So we're busy in studio doing work, creating, you know, writing stuff, you know, thinking of ways to get the music back out there to the people, because what we believe is that why we were so powerful back then compared to now in terms of sounds and music is that the people wanted a solution, and the solution is in the music. This is why if most of Abijah fans, they can tell you straight up, I don't sing it if I don't mean it, and I don't sing it if it don't have certain substance to it that a child should be able to listen to it. No, I'm not bashing any other artists. I know there are many artists out there would sing stuff that you can't play on the radio. I get that, yeah. But my thing is that for me, you know, my message should be able to, that whenever the music play, a child should be able to listen and learn something from it. That's why Bob Marley was so powerful. This is why even Michael Jackson was so powerful. This is why a lot of other great acts, because you have to leave something with the people. Our days on earth are numbered. No matter if a man want to live 100 or 10 years, it's still limited. What is your purpose in life? My purpose in life is to use the talent that Jah, the Almighty, the Creator, gave me, yeah, to share that one love message with people, to unify people, to bring people together. And it's my Jamaican music. It's my culture. That's what I represent. That's what I take to the world. That's what I share with everybody. You know, so that's my passion, and that's what I do in lyrics, in sounds, and you know, because I not only just write songs, I play instrument, different instrument. Most of my songs, some of them I play my own instruments in it. You know, so it has to be collaborating with that energy. Yeah, you know.
Fantastic, fantastic. Abijah, there is so much more I'd love to go through on that, but finally, what we will have to do now is you have sent us a track. We've heard about the artist. Would you like to introduce your track that you've sent over to us, please, sir?
Well, there are several tracks that were sent to, I don't know. Let me just first say that, Anthony, I want to big up Home Judah Entertainment, Parnell Chambers, management, big respect. I want to big up Envy Entertainment. I want to big up Mackie McPherson. These are people who plays very powerful roles in my life. I want to big up Colina Chippy, Empress, who has been there for me as a tower of strength. The kids, you know, I want to big up Mushy from Dallas, Texas. She also has played a significant role in my life, you know. And Stacy from Envy Entertainment, big respect for even making this possible. And Teresa, of course, from the UK. I love you so much. I believe you're gonna play a song called Global Wilderness, because it's what's happening now around the world. Yeah. I also want to share that the video is coming soon for that. It's a brand new track, so we're not finished with the video. But there are many videos with the Rootsman Abijah on YouTube. You can check it out, iTunes, it's all there. You know, Facebook, you can Facebook me, Abijah _Smith. Same thing for Instagram, Abijah Smith. But this song is for the world, and I want to listen to the lyrics because it is important that we get that message and realize that we can be the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror that change this world. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. So what we'll do is we're going to do a snippet of it, and when the videos come, we're going to play it in its entirety. But right now, you are right. This is Abich's video, and let's enjoy.
Yes.
There's no lights in the city, yeah. The curtains close and diplomacy, yeah. You better protect yourself. Where there's just you and no one else, where of all the love gone. The hearts of men have gone cold. Who's gonna greet you when there's no one beside you? A global wilderness. Who's gonna see you through where there's no one else but you? United Nations don't have a plan, and pure deception in this religion, yeah. Ambassadors of war, and war and rumors of war, the love and the lies of terrorism. So what's gonna happen to tourism? Nobody's there with a smile. Deceit and distance are in their eyes. No one is there to tell the truth. You cannot even trust the news. A global wilderness. Who's gonna see you through?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that was a small teaser for Global Wilderness. When the video's there, we will be having Abijah back. Right now, it's time to bring back the lady who opened the show and does her magic each and every week, the one and only Miss Pam Joseph. How are you?
I'm here. I'm here with the love.
What was that? I love that. I love that. That's what it's all
With
about.
the love.
That's what it's all about.
From my baby
Indeed.
girl.
Indeed.
My baby girl, my birthday, my baby girl gave me that, and it glows and it's lovely. Do you know what? Just now, I'm listening to there's a Michael Jackson feel over it. When I heard his voice, it was like a Michael, just a little thing of it. Where have all the love gone? What was that? Bring that back. Also,
Sorry, here it goes again. We finished there. I'll let you take that one, Pam.
You had so much entertainment, Anthony. You even boggled me. I was dancing in between.
I saw. I can see what happened.
With the Guyanese lady, with my Guyanese lady, my princess, Guyanese princess, and now with this one, I was just bubbling.
Is she frozen?
It was well done. Thank you for your.
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So we're going to end up, and we have to say thank you to everyone that joined us today. They made the show. They made the show, indeed. Thank you for all of that. Anthony, love to see you. Anthony.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, but I love you too much. And when I say this, that I have to give you kudos to that. You are my strength as well.
Likewise.
Right. You're my strength as well. So when we, what we're talking about, you're my strength too. And I love to see you, and you give me that, and I bounce off you, and I know you bounce off me too.
Indeed, indeed. But you know what, Pam? Because we're talking about the strength and the boosting that's out there, we'd be remiss to forget that earlier this week, my dad and my cousin Albert had a birthday. But on that day, a lady by the name of Pam Joseph also celebrated her birthday. Exactly, there's that. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring back a couple of people to help celebrate this moment. So right now, if we're going to talk music, we have to talk Annette B. And I believe we also have Abijah with us here. And what we're going
Yeah.
to do right now is we're just going to acknowledge and say, Pam, happy birthday to you. You are awesome. You handled this show. And all together now, we are just going to say happy birthday to you. So in 3, 2, 1, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Yay!
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Pam, we had to acknowledge that. We had to acknowledge that as best as we could. But time is so against us. Abijah, thank you again. And thank you for coming back.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Big
honestly,
respect.
Lifestyle Show is it's there. So do check us out on all the social medias at the Lifestyle Show, at Lifestyle TV Show, Lifestyle Show TV on YouTube, Lifestyle on Ben on Facebook, and always Friday 10 a.m. till 12. The Lifestyle Show is repeated 5 till 7 on a Monday. It's there on Sky Channel 195. So what we're going to do now is we're going to end the show. Oh, before I even say that, I think someone say that. Oh, Rampack Sound saying lovely, very nice, and he's put the cake up. So you have been appreciated, Pam. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our final track for the week is Dixie Peach. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Yes, sir.
We're out.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir. Peace and love. Yes, 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 I.
Fight with all our might. So we have to fight with all our might to keep our music alive, reggae music alive. So we have to fight with all our might to keep our music alive, reggae music alive. I know it's hard because we're on lockdown and we can't go listen to the big sound, to hear sweet reggae music playing. Oh, people don't get downhearted. We'll soon be out to party once again to sweet reggae music. Oh, never let it drop. Hey, we're gonna bring it to the top. Oh, so keep supporting it because we love it. Our sweet reggae music. So yes, we have to fight. So we have to fight with all our might to keep our music alive, reggae music alive. So we have to fight with all our might to keep our music alive, reggae music alive. When things come back around again, you gotta make reggae music be the trend. Yes, you see, I'm talking to you, BBC. Oh, we want piece of the pie. I'm talking to you, Sky. Yes, you know it's our time. Yes, it's reggae time for our